There is a specific kind of person who will talk about their dream business, their dream body, their dream life in vivid, beautiful detail. They can tell you exactly what it looks like. They can feel it, and 5 years later, they're still talking about it. Today, we're going to explain exactly why that happens, using a discovery that surprised the scientist who found it, because she expected the opposite. She expected that the people who fantasize most vividly about success would be the ones who achieved it. She was wrong. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why dreaming big might be the very thing keeping you stuck. Welcome back to Mind Cipher. If you've ever felt like you have the vision but not the follow-through, this video is for you. We're going to break down the actual psychological mechanism behind this gap between dreaming and doing. Not motivational fluff, real research. Starting with one woman's accidental discovery that changed how we understand ambition. In the early 1990s, a psychologist named Gabriele Oettingen ran a study that was supposed to confirm something everyone already believed. The idea was simple. If you vividly imagine your future success, you'll be more motivated to chase it. Visualize the body, you'll hit the gym. Visualize the promotion, you'll work harder for it. This was the foundation of decades of self-help advice. Her data said something else entirely. The participants who fantasized most intensely about achieving their goals were the ones who put in the least effort, and when she followed up months later, they were the least likely to have actually succeeded. The vivid dreamers were falling behind the people who barely dreamed at all. So why would imagining success make you less likely to achieve it? That question sits at the center of everything we're covering today, and the answer reveals something uncomfortable about how your brain actually works. Stick with me, because once you see this pattern, you'll start noticing it everywhere. In your own life, in people you know, maybe in yourself. Here's the mechanism. Your brain doesn't fully distinguish between vividly imagining an outcome and actually experiencing it. When you picture yourself thin, successful, respected, financially free, your nervous system gets a small hit of satisfaction right now. Not in the future, now. You feel a little bit accomplished just from the daydream. This is sometimes called consummatory pleasure. You're consuming a small taste of the reward before you've done anything to earn it. And that taste relaxes you. It lowers the urgency. Your body essentially says, this already feels good. Why disrupt it with the discomfort of actual effort? This is why the person dreaming the hardest is often the person moving the least. The dream itself is functioning as a substitute for the action, not a motivator for it. It's not laziness. It's not lack of discipline. It's a specific psychological trap called fantasy realization theory. And once you understand its shape, you can see exactly where it's operating in your own life. Think about anyone you know who talks endlessly about the business they're going to start, the book they're going to write, the person who has the vision board, the mood board, the 5-year plan memorized down to the details. The talking itself, the imagining itself, is quietly functioning as the reward. They get the emotional payoff of having dreamed it, so the pressure to actually build it disappears. But here's where this gets genuinely interesting, because Oettingen didn't stop at diagnosing the problem. She found the exact condition that flips a fantasy from something that paralyzes you into something that propels you. And it's not what most productivity advice tells you to do. The flip isn't more positivity. It isn't bigger vision boards or louder affirmations. The flip is contrast. Specifically, mentally holding your vivid fantasy of success right next to an honest, unflinching picture of your current reality. Not as a way to discourage yourself, as a way to create friction. When you picture the dream and then immediately picture exactly where you are right now, including the gap, including what's actually standing in the way, something shifts. Your brain stops experiencing the fantasy as a finished reward and starts experiencing it as an unsolved problem. And unsolved problems generate urgency. Comfortable rewards don't. This is the entire basis of a technique researchers built called WOOP: wish, outcome, obstacle, plan. You start with the wish, you let yourself feel the outcome, and then critically, you name the actual obstacle in your way right now, today, specific and personal. Then you build one plan for that obstacle. Across multiple studies, this four-step sequence consistently outperformed pure positive visualization at producing actual follow-through. Notice what's happening here. The dreamers who fail aren't dreaming too much. They're dreaming without contrast. They've removed the obstacle from the picture entirely because the obstacle feels unpleasant to think about. But removing the obstacle doesn't remove the obstacle. It just removes your brain's reason to deal with it. There's a deeper layer here too, tied to identity. People who dream big but never act are often, without realizing it, more attached to the identity of being a dreamer than to the outcome itself. Telling people about your ambitious plan gives you a small social reward right now, a sense of being seen as ambitious, interesting, going places. Psychologists have found that announcing a goal can sometimes satisfy the same internal sense of progress that achieving the goal would, which quietly reduces the drive to actually pursue it. So the dream stops being a target and starts being a costume. Something worn for the feeling it gives you in the present, rather than a destination you're moving toward. This is also why dreaming small, specific, and slightly uncomfortable tends to outperform dreaming big and vague. A vague dream offers no obstacle to contrast against, so there's nothing to create urgency. A specific dream, the one with a deadline, a number, a named obstacle, can't hide from reality the same way. So if you've ever wondered why you can see your future so clearly and still not be living it, this is likely why. Not because you don't want it enough, because the wanting itself has been quietly satisfying a need that action was supposed to satisfy. If this changed how you think about your own goals, that's exactly what this channel is built for. Cipher breaks down the real psychology behind why people think and act the way they do. No fluff, just the research and what it actually means for you. Subscribe if you want more of this, and let me know in the comments, what's one dream you've been holding on to without naming the actual obstacle in your way? I'll see you in the next one.